Yes, in a way. Lebanon is already under half of it almost under control of the Hezbollah. This means that the Iranians do have a very strong grip on the country, but still there is a normal government, so-called normal government in the Lebanon, Lebanese government, but we must remember that in the past, Lebanon was like a colony of Syria, was completely dominated by Syrian influence. And strategically speaking, it's very disquieting for the American, for the Sixth Fleet in the Mediterranean, but also, of course, for their Israeli allies, that the Lebanon should fall in the hands of Syria and Iran yet again to become a kind of advanced outpost of the Iranian forces. So the strategy at stake is economical. Today, anybody who will extend a helping hand to Lebanon can acquire control. Unfortunately, for the time being, it's the Hezbollah that controls most of the energy inside the Lebanon. Today, there is almost no electricity. There's like a couple of hours of electricity a day for the Lebanese people. Most hospitals work on generators. It's also a humanitarian crisis that has to be solved somehow.
Right, and there is also an alternative proposal, which is more from the Arab states rather than from the Iranian side, which includes Egyptian gas to be delivered to Lebanon, Jordanian electricity. And the U.S. are more on board with this plan. Of course, Jordan and Egypt are allies of the United States compared to Iran, compared to Hezbollah. But Syria would be involved in that plan as well.
Syria would be involved, but there's no choice because of the ways, the pipelines and the ways to bring that energy into the Lebanon. When the fuel that comes from Iran is coming by boat, and it's against, of course, the sanctions, and we don't know. And what is dangerous is we don't know what else is being smuggled into those boats. Not only diesel, but maybe weaponry. We have to remember that the Lebanese government disapproves of this Iran deal that the Hezbollah struck, and they didn't allow the ships to come into a Lebanese harbor. The diesel had to be delivered in a Syrian harbor and then brought by truck into the Lebanon, smuggled into the Lebanon, because the present Lebanese government opposes any deals with the Iranians, fearing what we said just before, this grip, and also fearing the fact that they are accomplice to work against the sanctions that are in place against Iran. So all this brings a political possibility for the region. Even Israel is trying to all the time extend a helping hand that for the time being has not been accepted. We are also offering, right. And now we're going to probably help with the Egyptians. Yep. We're going to coordinate with the Egyptians bringing natural gas to the Lebanon.